Alright, now we have a new chapter of Kaiji. Kaiji has decided that the only course of action is to use the third exit to avoid Papa Endo, which is the bulwark, i.e. holing up here with his mom, slowly losing his mind, but at least not losing his life. How long do you think he needs to wait out before Endo gives up and leaves? A day? A week? A month? A year? I don't know. His mom should be free to go and come and go as she pleases. Kaiji does run the risk of them breaking in while she's gone, I guess. But I mean, somebody needs to go out and get groceries and such. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. It's a whole other kind of logistical situation than just the get in, get out type mission. How do you remain holed up like this, never leaking your presence, and knowing when it is to leave? Bulwark? Just gonna pull through and walk on out. Nice. That was pretty good. I don't know how the heck this translated from Japanese, but that's about as smooth as I think anyone could possibly hope for. What I said was bulwark. And this is a term for holding yourself up, super fortifying everything and just sitting tight. You need to fortify behind the walls of this house. So kind of a good thing. The enemy wiretapped your whole apartment. Moving into the bedroom. Why is that a good thing? Because then they will assume that, like at this point, if they're working under the assumption that Kaiji is there, then they must also be working under the assumption that Kaiji knows about the wire traps and stuff, right? Like that Kaiji would check that immediately for things like that. And the fact that he's there, but he's been so quiet, means that he's aware of the wiretaps. So, why would it be fortuitous that they wiretap the whole apartment? Well, the signs of your daily life are being picked up. If we turn that around on them, and stay here being quiet as a mouse, sending my friends completely for 3 days. Okay, for 3 days. A week! If I can just get through even just a week without making a sound, the guys in the monitoring team have to figure there's no way anyone else could possibly be in the apartment except for you. Yeah, I mean, it's a week. A week is quite a long time. I think that's probably a safe amount of time. So he's going to remain in the bathroom. There's a lot of problems. A lot of logistical problems. Where are you going to go potty? Huh? Where are you going to take nap? Huh? What are you going to eat? Huh? After a while, after their careful monitoring is loosened up and the time's right, I can slip away. Yeah, I mean, this plan does work. And it all rests on the fact that Kaiji knows that they can't be sure that he's there. That the way they're behaving is only that they have a theory that he's there. Okay, that's pretty good. Uki. His mom's smile just brightens my whole day. I can't wait for her to smile the widest of smiles when Kaiji comes back with the big pile of cash and says, however you want to live for the rest of your life, you get to live. Really good idea. Good. I really like this. This is good. Wrong idea, aren't you? She's definitely getting excited and happy about the idea of spending time with her son. Which she will get to do. Because Kaiji can't possibly survive on his own inside the bathroom. She has to be in some amount of contact with him to bring him snacks and stuff. Here's another question. Where's his mom gonna bathe? Because Kaiji's in there. A teensy tiny bit. Aww. What's she doing? Anything unnecessary for me? Have your way to buy enough food for 2 people. Ah, yes. See, that would look very suspicious. So they're just gonna have to eat real frugally, I guess, in order to not allow them to think that there's people with her in there. Sorry, I got distracted by trying to read the ice cream here. Banirakatsu. Vanilla Cup. Kapu. Not Katsu, but Kapu. I misread it. Vanilla Kapu. Vanilla Cup. Yay. Do you know in Japan, this is a little bit of a tangent, but do you know in Japan they have the ice cream election? Every year they, I don't know if I can find it myself. It was my friend that showed me this, and it was like a Japanese article, but it was like a big ranking of the top 50 like ice cream treat products, like things you would buy in the convenience store freezer, that they do every year. So we tried a lot of the winners from the year previous, and they were all really good. I think the ice cream election is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And there was one called like the Vanilla Super Cup that was like top 5 because it had great value, great taste, great ice cream, everything. It was fantastic. So I wonder if this is like a kind of a parody of that. I'll buy 2 things to eat. Anyway, no need to do anything that might be suspicious. Something you wouldn't buy. Ah, yeah, yeah. Things that are a little exciting, a little celebratory, perhaps. Maybe look a little too suspicious. This is so nostalgic to see these packages. Just lights up my day. Just like Kaiji's mom's smile. To see convenience store food. To see pre-packaged sashimi. Doesn't that sound like just living in paradise? You can walk down the street to 7-Eleven for a pretty reasonable price, get a box of delicious fish, or a box of amazing beef that you can fry up any way you like. The sukiyaki. Buying anything like that. In any event, always assume you're being watched. As long as they're suspecting that I'm here in the apartment with you, they're going to be watching you closely. Keep an eye on what you buy. Always keep that in mind. Enough working and heading back home. Don't act more excited than normal. Yeah. I mean, is this really such odd behavior for Kaiji's mom? This sort of aloof glee at the drop of a hat, or for literally no reason whatsoever. If they're really monitoring her, they should know that this is kind of par for the course. But I get Kaiji's logic here. It's better to be safe than sorry. I always do. That's just obvious. You're doing what you always do. More than just how you always do. You might be better off acting a little bit more despondent than normal. Bummed out. Now that is interesting, because she did have a pretty unpleasant experience just a bit ago, which was scammers trying to pretend to be her son, and then she ranted at them for a while pretending to be her son, and then giving up the pretense that he was her son, some man called her an old hag. That's a little upsetting. So it would make sense maybe she's a little bummed out. Maybe she's thinking about her son now. Haven't seen Kaiji in a while. Feeling a little bummed out. I like this picture of her depressed, kicking a rock. This extremely exaggerated parody that she can imagine of what a depressed person looks like, because she doesn't even know. She's so pure and beautiful and radiantly happy. She has no idea what a sad person even looks like. And we get something that looks like it's out of Charlie Brown, Peanuts Adventures. Shonbori, whatever. Kaiji's mom's so great. Super forbidden from acting bummed out. Some time off work. Even more suspicious. Begin to seriously, majorly, intensely suspect that Kaiji had snuck into his mother's apartment. He had suspected this, and so he watched. Now it's I almost feel bad for Endo, man, because he is actually right on the money here. And he's doing everything he can. He made a pretty smart play covering the drain pipe, because Kaiji immediately wanted to do that. And he knows, probably when he was inside that stairwell, he scoped out the idea of any other escape route. He knows about like the roof hatch being on the other side of the building. So he's got the right idea. And the fact that he's so serious, major, and intense about it. Like, is a week even going to be enough for Endo? The watchful hound? Utmost attentiveness. The 2 exits he could think of to use, carefully monitoring. So Kaiji reluctantly entered a war of attrition to barricade himself in and wait for the enemy's besiegement to lighten. Now this is interesting, He's eating... Oh, I guess he's just eating his portion in the bathroom. And his mom has come to hang out and chat with him. But she shouldn't eat her portion in there. She should definitely eat near the wiretaps and stuff so they know that she's still eating all of her meals, right? Advantages in Tei's favor. No definite basis to say Kaiji was absolutely in there. Hesitant to barge in. Situation is like a chess game where neither side has a winning move and repeats the same positions until the game is a draw. Yes, yes, there's a rule for that, right? A stalemate for moves being repeated. And it's kind of interesting in situations like that. You could keep the circle going, you know, like repeatedly check, they move at a check, you check again, they move at a check, you check again. But then, because you know that there's the stalemate for repeated moves, if you think that there is some sort of circumstance in which your opponent will slip up, you like deliberately take that move away in order to not get the repeated move stalemate, and then the game continues. This isn't something that happens in like competitive chess play. This is just something that I've observed at kind of my own amateurish level of chess play. In competitive chess play, the stalemate would be called like well in advance of the situation. But yeah, in these kind of weird endgame situations, it's like you can kind of give them a tempo advantage. You don't force them into making a move in order for them and in order for the both of you to break out of the repeated move stalemate. It's kind of interesting. And here, of course, there is no repeated move stalemate. Or there is. I just thought of what it was. If every chapter is just this now, the manga gets canceled. And nobody wins. It's a stalemate. But barring that, barring Fukumoto completely losing his mind and just drawing the same scenes of an apartment building over and over again for months on end, someone will break. Someone will break. Shifts are assigned to be traded off every 8 hours, 3 shifts each for a 24-hour period. 10 minutes late to the apartment complex in order to exchange with the parent evening shift. Ooh, and these guys see Endo is here too. The veranda. With me gone, the veranda side of the apartment is left unwatched. Oh, there's one of the guys from the previous shift. Has to run over and cover Endo. Oh, this isn't fun. It's Helen's strange old lady. Ah, smart, smart. Explaining Kaiji's weird disguised appearance. This disguise that he's still wearing most of in his mom's apartment for this entire time. The anti-cinematic nature of Fukumoto once again coming through. I just love it. Now, it would be very convenient for Kaiji if these new guys just had a bad memory, or the previous guys were bad at explaining, and they were like, oh yeah, I've seen that lady. I've seen her all the time. And they're like, oh. Wow, But I don't think we're that lucky. Since someone who's seen him previously. Whereas the alternative, if these guys are like, no, I have no idea who you mean, then that really is some pretty solid evidence to Endo that someone suspicious went into the apartment building and never came out. And if that's the case, it could very easily be Kaiji. Paired together for one of those shifts, and actually meant for 3 separate times. 3 different shifts in the day, both said they do not remember seeing an old lady matching the description of the one they had seen tonight. Okay. And despite having 3 separate occasions this year, that old lady was still someone nobody had seen before. That was the conclusion of this question. Endo is overjoyed. More and more he is convinced that it is Kaiji in there. But he still has no reason to act. As long as he's sure he's covered the exits, there's no benefit to going in, I think. As long as he believes that his conviction will not waver and the watch will not break for more than the time that Kaiji could reasonably be expected to stay in there completely undetectedly. I don't know. Here's a question. What are Chang and Mario up to? And could they somehow help with this? Is there something they could do? I don't know. I don't think that's actually going to be the solution. I think this is going to play out kind of with the stakes that are on the table. It's not going to get more complex from here, but it's just going to be this war of attrition. The Bulwark versus the barbarians of Teai. Strange old lady you saw, the one that you said at first, probably lives here. Been there for such a long time, that same old lady can't be a resident. She's been in there the whole time. Mysterious visitor. Sawa. Sawa, Sawa. Mysterious visitor who stayed there for a very long time. That means more than enough reason to suspect it's really Kaiji in disguise. That said, still can't say for sure what's going on. Might be in front of someone who lives there or something. Yeah. It's pretty reasonable. Coming over to apartment set. Taking care of the dog or whatever. No, but then she would go and walk the dog. But you know, and the cat, I guess. Cat doesn't need to go outside. But Endo also can't just let this slip by. Have to find the mysterious old lady, catch her, and find out who she really is. So that's good enough, basically. Even if they're not for sure that it's Kaiji, there's more than enough reason to suspect this old lady of just being someone worth talking to, worth investigating. So Teai is now fully alert. We have Kaiji more tightly surrounded. There's nowhere left to run. We get another lovely shot of the apartment building, including building number 34, whose existence I had predicted last chapter, to the surprise of no one, it actually exists. Okay, we will look forward to finding out how Kaiji is gonna weasel his way out of this one, or will Teai ever break? I think, again, it's hard to imagine more external forces coming into play here, either on Kaiji's side with Chang and Mario somehow lending support, or on Teai's side with orders coming from higher up, like what's his face, Hyodo being like, this is boring, shut it down. I feel like this is just going to play out with the cards we have. And it really is just sort of a matter of time, right? Nothing else needs to change. And yet I feel like there's things I'm overlooking still. There's a lot of kind of complexities of the situation. It's going to get quite interesting. Anyways, thank you again to Fukumoto Crazy. Thank you to Sonic Crazy for asking my answering my head honcho question last time. I'm very fascinated by the whole translation process and with scanlation and stuff in general. So thank you for entertaining my questions like that, and all for all the work you do. I'm so excited to get caught up with everybody else. We're only 2 chapters away now. Probably. Well, I'm not going to make any predictions because who knows? There's a lot of things at play here. But I'm hoping soon. Like before the next chapter comes out, we'll all be on board to read chapter 112, 312 together. Okay, that's all for now. Bye bye.